I should have just said yes. People say life isn't fair, like it's just a passing thought, something small like missing the bus or forgetting your umbrella on a rainy day. But when you're 17 and the whole damn system is stacked against you, those words stop being comforting. They start sounding like a warning. I learned that the hard way. My name's Alex. I come from the kind of family people like to call hardworking, as a way to say poor without making anyone uncomfortable. My mom is a nurse, single mother, tired eyes, permanent back pain. Every day she came home smelling like antiseptic and sorrow, and still managed to smile like she wasn't breaking. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, where the walls were thin and the air always smelled faintly like mold. I'd fall asleep to sirens and wake up to neighbors yelling through paper walls. But I had dreams. Stupid ones, maybe. Of leaving, going to college, doing something that didn't involve choosing between rent and groceries. That's why I worked my ass off. Straight A's, honors classes. No distractions. And for a while, that was enough. Enough to get me into Glencrest Academy, the most elite private school in the city. Full scholarship. A chance. A foot in the door of a world that had never let me even peek through the window. But Glencrest wasn't just a school. It was a place where rich kids got to cosplay as normal students, while the rest of us were background props in their coming-of-age story. It was all designer sneakers, trust funds, Tesla rides, and weekend ski trips in Switzerland. And then there was Julian Vale, and I remember the first time I saw him. Second week of school, he was wearing a navy blazer that probably cost more than our entire month's rent. Blonde hair pushed back like he'd just stepped out of a movie. The kind of face people like to stare at, even when they didn't want to. He walked like the hallways belonged to him. Like he'd built them himself, and just decided to let the rest of us exist in them. People whispered about him. His family owned Vale Tech, some billion-dollar tech empire. There were rumors he'd had a private tutor who used to work for NASA. Others said he once hacked the school system, just to see if he could. It was probably true. Julian was smart. The worst kind of smart. The manipulative kind. And he was gay, which at first made me feel kind of hopeful. Like maybe, just maybe, I wasn't going to be the only one in this place who felt different. But I learned quick. Julian wasn't like me. He wasn't out and proud. He was out and dangerous. It started when I was assigned to tutor him in chemistry. He'd failed 2 quizzes, and the school wanted to preserve his academic dignity, their words, not mine, by pairing him with someone who could help. That someone was me. At first I was just flattered. I thought maybe I could help him. Maybe I could finally prove I was good at something more than just being invisible. Our first tutoring session went fine. He was polite, a little too flirty, but I chalked it up to his usual charm. Julian flirted with everyone. Boys, girls, teachers, I'd seen it. By the 3rd session, he wasn't being subtle anymore. He sat too close, touched my hand too long when I passed him a paper, laughed at things that weren't funny. I didn't know how to respond. Part of me liked the attention. Another part was terrified of it. Then he put his hand on my thigh. It was light, gentle, like he was daring me to flinch. I did. I moved his hand and said quietly, "Don't." His expression didn't change. That was the scary part. He just smiled, not embarrassed, not apologetic, just amused.
Why are you pretending you don't want me? Click